Salut à tous, I'm still at Marcoussis, the French training headquarters. Behind me, the residence where the players all live and eat and act together, of course, the Résidence du 15 de France. Big day of rugby ahead. Australia versus Wales is one game. A game that these guys behind me will all be watching is Ireland versus Georgia. Remember, they're in the same pool as France. And of course, then there's New Zealand versus the new boys, Portugal. Once again, we'll see the haka from the Kiwis. But what does the haka really mean?
Dating back more than 100 years, the legendary All Blacks have ritually performed the haka, a Maori war dance. It's one of the things that makes the team special and has helped bring in a $200 million 9-year sponsorship deal. Despite that, the haka is still an immensely proud tradition and an honour.
I still get goosebumps and stuff when I put on the jersey and run out into a stadium and perform the haka.
Promoting New Zealand and its traditions is also vital. The haka is not just a war dance, but a way to welcome and respect your adversary. Sometimes it's ceremonial, sometimes it's a challenge, like during rugby matches. But it's not really violent. It's not made to be violent. The Maori dance troupe Manaya helps to transmit this message of culture, history and peace. And above all, a bit of old-fashioned sports psychology.
That you want to put the challenge out there to your enemies or to your opponent and really sort of psych them out. The thing for me, a haka, is to get into the minds of other people.
If psychology plays an important role for the All Blacks, it's not their only weapon.
And why are they so successful? What is different? And for us, it is the culture, you know. It is, we can stand together as a people with a common goal.
Communal energy, shared force and organised trances. The All Blacks make the most of these particularities, and it could be this that pushes them to victory. Thought by many to be the best team in the world, the All Blacks are favourites for the Cup. It's been 20 years since they last lifted the trophy, and the scene is set for vengeance, even if some don't hear any violence in the haka. It seems warlike, but if you look closely at the words, they aren't at all violent. On the contrary, it's less warlike than the Marseillaise.
Right, now let's talk about the Australians. They've got one player in particular who's so good they say he sees things bigger than everybody else, especially the ball. He is called Stephen Larkham. He's their fly half. He's already got more than 100 caps for Australia, and he's not the kind of guy who'll underestimate their opponents today, the Welsh.
The Welsh have showed enough form over the last couple of years to prove that they are a threat in this competition, and I think any of the top sort of 8 or 9 sides in the world can probably beat any other side. So you've really got to be on your game when you get to games like those against Wales or the quarterfinals or semi-finals, finals.
Yes, still at Marcoussis. The fountain behind me, for me, certainly represents what's happening to France at the moment. You've got the big peaks there, the victories against England, the descent, the defeat against Argentina. We're waiting now for it to go up again with a victory this weekend against Namibia, and up even further with a victory over the Irish. Let's get the thoughts now of the legendary rugby man of France, Jean-Pierre Yves.
France-Namibia is not the most important game because everybody knows the French are going to win. The real big game is against Ireland because the French will win the other ones. And I don't know if we'll finish first or second in the group, what with the bonus point system and all the mathematics involved. But what's important is that we beat Ireland, and I'm not sure if it's a good thing to be playing Namibia before we take on the Irish.
What's your perspective on the Highland game?
There aren't many perspectives. The French have to win. If we don't, it's all over.
So that's it for our rugby report today. Just one final question before I go. The French cock, will it eventually crow again after this weekend's game? France, of course, face to face with Namibia. Fingers crossed, of course, for the right result. Don't forget our rugby blog. That's on www.France24-EN-Rugby-September. We're waiting for your response, your thoughts about the World Cup, about the French national team, about anything really. Just get in touch and let us know. I wish you a good match, good rugby, and of course, good celebrations afterwards. See you tomorrow.